So I watched the 2.5 hour One Battle After Another Paul Thomas Anderson film. He's got quite the following. It's small, but it's passionate. The cinephiles love him. The corporate critics love him. And I like a lot of his movies. Not all of his movies. I think he's a little overrated on a good share of his work. But Boogie Nights is an all-time great movie. There Will Be Blood, Punch Drunk Love. I didn't like Magnolia. I like parts of Magnolia, but I didn't like Magnolia. He's certainly a good director. You can't take that away from him. He's got his fans. Most of them are on Letterboxd. Again, call themselves cinephiles. I am not a cinephile. I'm not going to see every movie. That's Chris Gore's job. I'm not going to see every indie film with two lesbians sitting around a table talking about their feelings. I just don't care. I mostly hate dramas. If I need some good drama in my life, I'll just remember my life. I like to go to films to see things that can't be done in reality. That's why it's called Nerdrotic. That's why I like genre. I like superheroes. I like wizards. But I do like A Drug Deal Gone Bad. Those are some of my favorite movies. I definitely appreciate when they're really fucking good, like Boogie Nights. I've said this before. Boogie Nights, about the porn industry, but what Paul Thomas Anderson was able to capture in that film better than anybody I've ever seen in all the movies I've seen is the drug culture and the insanity of living in a drug house. You know, the Alfred Molina scenes when they're all tweaking in the house and they're like, will you be my mom? Like that shit was spot on accurate. So well done. Opening shot of that scene is great. One Battle After Another. Most of you have not seen it, is going to flop at the box office unless it has just the craziest legs you've seen in a long time. It got 21 to 22 million this weekend. Domestically, it was expected to get 25. It got 45 to 48 million. It was expected to get 50. And you would think, hey, that's great for a PTA film. And what I saw of it, I'm like, man, there's no way this budget could be over 50. It's 130 million minimum. Some places are saying 170. Other places are 130 without marketing. It was supposedly had 70 million in marketing. I saw the trailer and heard the pronouns, but I definitely saw the revolution part of it. And I'm like, oh shit, this is going to be an Antifa movie. It's a Weather Underground Antifa movie, but you're like, okay, it's Paul Thomas Anderson. Maybe we can make some endearing characters. We can get caught up in the story and see the other side of things. Maybe they'll show it more sympathetically, which they certainly did, but not in a way where you would be sympathetic with them. They're very sympathetic with the Weather Underground and Antifa portion of it, but not very sympathetic in the fact that they want you to be drawn in if you're not of the Hollywood elitist ilk who thinks this is some kind of romantic glorified revolution. It was filmed in 2024, so Biden was still president. I think it's more of a callback to the times of the first Trump administration, and it showed a lot of the kids in cages that Barack Obama built. And it's like, I get it. It's an art film. Okay, it's a very pretentious art film. So if you don't like it, you're not smart. The thing is, when I go see a movie, I have to be engaged in the characters. Good guy, bad guy, whatever. There got to be characters that are engaging. Leo DiCaprio is a great actor. He is. He's pretty decent at picking his roles. He doesn't like to do anything really that linear, and I get it. Benicio del Toro, great actor. Best character in it, easily. Sean Penn is a coked out, woke Hollywood freak. He's a pretty decent actor. He's absurd in this. Absolutely absurd. So I give props to Leonardo DiCaprio, Benicio del Toro. Paul Thomas Anderson's directing, particularly with some car chase scenes, is pretty good. It's pretty fucking good. Pretty solid. The premise of the movie is, again, absurd. It has absurdist comedy in it, but I'll just lay it out. Leo DiCaprio's character and Sean Penn's character are both pining for a revolutionary woman who looks like Lawrence Taylor. Not hot. Like in the least bit. At all. I mean, it's hard enough to buy that Leonardo DiCaprio's into a woman that's over 25. And listen, I don't know if he's dated black girls in the past. I don't keep track of his love life, and I don't care. But she was definitely too old for him. And what they do is they are freeing the immigrants from, you can't say ICE facilities, Border Patrol, ICE facilities, wherever. and they're attacking agents, firing fireworks at them, blowing up bombs. Just a bad timed movie because it came out the day after an ICE facility was attacked by a commie from Reddit who unfortunately and tragically killed 2 immigrants and it seriously injured one. I don't know if they're still alive or not. So fucking horrible timing, but I'm still glad they put it out. I think pulling the stuff is cowardly. I think sometimes stuff is bad time. You put it out anyway, right, Apple? So yeah, it glorifies all that. The first 15 minutes is basically just showing how awesome this black woman who looks like Lawrence Taylor is amazing, is an amazing revolutionary, uncompromising. She gets pregnant. They actually give depth to her character. They show that she's kind of a fucking terrible mom. So when they have the scene of her like pregnant shooting the machine gun, they actually have enough self-awareness to where Leo's going like, dude, she's like, shouldn't be doing this, you know, something to that effect. And she is all about the revolution until they rob a bank and she kills a guard. She runs away, she gets caught, and she flips on all her buddies. So a bunch of Antifa were able to take over an ICE facility because there was no guards and everybody was fucking asleep. And then when Black Warrior woman goes in, Sean Penn is aroused and she gets away. There's a daughter involved. We don't know who the dad is. We don't know if it's Sean Penn or we don't know if it's Leo. Hell, with her, it could be anybody, to be honest with you. We're off to the races after she gets caught and flips on all her friends and gets them killed by our government. They just run around and just pop them in the head. Now, they put it off that Sean Penn is a bit rogue. The problem that's introduced in the movie is Sean Penn is recruited into a white supremacist organization that he has to prove his purity. He can't have sex with the black woman or any woman. By the way, when the woman who looked like Lawrence Taylor flips, she's put into witness protection, but then she eventually escapes and goes down to Mexico, never to be seen again. And the rest of the movie kind of calms down into Leonardo DiCaprio is a single dad, smoking weed all day, staying off the grid with his daughter as she goes to normal high school. Leo told the daughter that mom is dead and that Lockjaw, who's Sean Penn's character, killed her. When they bug out, they have a bunch of passwords and secret codes that they need to contact with each other in case somebody comes after them. I'm oversimplifying a lot of this because I don't want to talk about it all day. Suffice to say, we all know this from the trailer. About halfway through, Leonardo DiCaprio can't remember the password, and it's him trying to figure it out because his daughter is at a high school dance and the military shows up to take her away. She escapes just in time. It turns into, are you my daughter? Are you not? There's some DNA tests, but Sean Penn's villain really wants to be part of this organization. So he's willing to kill this girl for it. Well, the organization finds out anyway. It leads to, man, a lot of car chases, a lot of Leo running out of his element. And when it's that, it's fine. I just thought the movie kind of like what it does is it just gets fucking boring to me. It's hard for me to like a movie where I don't like anybody in it. I just don't. I'm like, they could all fucking die. It really does go very soft on the whole like revolutionary thing, but it's trying to be a family story. That's what it essentially becomes, like a father-daughter story. Sean Penn ends up getting killed at the end by the racist organization, and Leo ends up with his daughter, and his daughter goes off to be a revolutionary. So like nothing is really learned. Like if you would approach this as, well, maybe being like, because they really did want to go into, they even mention it, like Leonardo DiCaprio is like, we can't keep doing this shit to the, you know, to the woman he's pining for that looks like Lawrence Taylor. That like, we're a family now. We can't keep doing this shit. She's all, fuck your misogyny. I'm all about the revolution. Da, da, da. Of course, all about the revolution until she flipped on everybody, which is what would happen, by the way, which is what would happen, to be fair. But it's shot well. It's directed well. It's acted well. It's boring as fuck. It's pretentious. And it's not a movie for me. Some people might like it. That's great. I can certainly watch a movie about Antifa. And if it's written well with characters that I enjoy, I could probably like it. But I didn't. But to be fair, not a fan of all of Paul Thomas Anderson's work. He's jazz. He's music for musicians. So it is definitely woke. It is a fucking woke movie. It is woke Hollywood made for woke Hollywood, just as jazz is music made for musicians. Now, a lot of people in the chat, you might enjoy jazz. You might like it. technically a very sound form of music. I get it. I can't stand the shit. Never could.
Nerdrotic.com. Please subscribe.